Never be afraid to take a step back and reroute yourself. Taking risks and stepping out of your normal box can bring the best successes. Where am I from? I'm originally from Maryland, born and raised. Um, I moved to New York when I turned 19, so my freshman year of college. Um, what is my profession? I'm currently a full-time college student, as well as an upcoming creative director, stylist, and model, and also on my own clothing brand. I've been, creative directing my own brand for the past 2 years. Took a step off and focused more on styling and modeling. I've been making some progress, and a lot of opportunities have been coming my way lately, and super blessed about that. What are my goals? I would say my ultimate goal in life is to reach my success and what that looks like to me. Within my career, I want to have a successful clothing brand, but first, I want to merge the gap between creatives and social media with real collaboration with top designers and clothing brands. I want to show that you can have mass influence on social media and not be condemned to just an influencer, but rather respected and called on for your creative abilities. I feel like, since I have, I guess you can say, became more of an influencer myself, having more influence on Instagram, social media and stuff like that. I have, you know, been working towards being a creative director, stylist, and a model for a few years now, and it sucks that when we as the people with influence are just called on to help others, there's nothing in return. You know what I mean? Like, these brands are already solidified, made their money, and have more money to, you know what I mean, be perfectly fine. And I feel like they don't ever look at us as the influencers, as somebody who's also pursuing their careers and have these creative abilities as well, and can in many ways help these other brands who are already tapping on us for marketing. How about really bring us in to make these changes and to amplify these brands and designs and bring new styles in, and create new worlds for these brands. That's what I ultimately want to break down barriers to do, as someone with influence on social media platforms myself, is show that we can, as the newer generation ushering in, we have the creative ability and the ultimate power to really you know bring in a new world for the fashion industry, and to showcase our talents through these brands that want to collaborate with us. And you know what I mean, it needs to be that way, because in the end we need to be rewarded as well. And if for the fashion industry to continue evolving and being innovative and creating new things, they have to begin tapping on the new creatives that are trying to usher these ideas in. um I would say my ultimate inspiration, well, I would say I have many inspirations, but I'm heavily inspired by like 90s fashion within like hip hop culture. Really heavy. Like, you see that in like the baggy clothes I wear. Everything almost is oversized. You might see me in some straight wide leg pants too. You'll catch me in those, but majority of the time, it's baggy, comfortable, still cozy, stylish. You know what I mean? Silhouette and proportions is really everything to me. So the bagginess of certain areas of my clothes, the padding they would use in the 90s, and the way that they would make sure that it purposely had the oversized look to it, is what I'm super inspired by, as in regards to like my own individual style. um I've always been inspired, like I said, by the silhouettes and proportions of things. But ultimately, I feel like my accomplishments, and how hard I've grinded to get to where I am now, is really what inspires me the most, because now to see a lot of the hard work paying off in such a short amount of time is just super inspiring to me. And to it shows that I do have people out here watching that I'm inspiring, and it just it pushes me to keep going, and it lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. My prayers are starting to get answered, and I'm on the right path to what my success looks like to me. Like I said, um, if I could change anything about the industry, like the fashion industry itself, it would probably be, like I said, like the respect level for social media influencers. I guess you could, um like I said, in regards to like collaborations and the opportunities that we receive, um even down to like the compensation, and like I said, being tapped on to really showcase their abilities, our abilities. You don't see it happen often. You have to really get to a certain status at times to get those opportunities, and I feel like it's a lot of the ones who are still on the come up and grinding that deserve the opportunities. You know what I mean? Like, it's great that these people that also have been grinding for a really long time, who have made it to this point where they are given these opportunities, it's a great thing to see. But at the same time, there's more people upcoming that also deserve these same things, that also deserve these rewards and higher pay, and because they're the ones who at this point need it for something, who are really working towards something, who have goals to have their own brands, and to be able to afford manufacturers and things of that nature, and to be able to get to these different events, and meet these people, and just network, and you know what I mean, and people who don't have the same opportunities as others, I feel like they should be receiving the same treatment. At the end of the day, we're all creatives. We all have these creative minds to create so many great things and different things for that these brands want. These brands want these things. Let's be real. They are looking for the next hot thing for somebody, for a local designer to drop, or you know what I mean? And that's how it goes sometimes. It's a part of it, being inspired, and getting inspiration from around you. And social media is a great source of pulling inspiration. It is, but at the same time, things need to be fair and equal. And at the end of the day, I just want the fashion industry to continue to progress, and to continue to try new things, and to give new people the opportunity to shine as well. Um, what is next for me? You know, I have just been signed to a great talent agency, who falls under Kaas Vision, Kaas Vision. They are a magazine, started, based, the guy who started it is based in, from Montreal. And, it's a diverse talent group that, just showcases their fashion abilities, their style, their talent, all the things that they have going on. And, the agency itself it touches all over the world, you know what I mean? And it's great that there are these agencies and different platforms and gateways to really expand these creatives and give them the opportunities that they have, that they didn't even know they needed sometimes, you know what I mean? Or didn't know they wanted, or did know they wanted but just didn't know how to get there. And like, just in my case, I never really understood, maybe, I guess, what I'm worth, because I never looked at, I still have my goals set on the same things that I did before I had the following that I had, you know what I mean? So I'm just super blessed to now be in the position to have, an agency that will prioritize me as well as other talents a part of the agency, because it's not a huge agency, which I love. I wanted to find somewhere that would take their time with us and that really cared for each person, to each talent that they had represented. But yeah, with that being said, I really am looking forward to, the new opportunities and experiences that this agency is going to show, they're going to give me and help me out with. I can't wait to continue to grow, and build on my creative abilities on my own, through the agency and through connections that I continue to make, and continue modeling and doing the things that, I've grown to love, passions that have continued to grow and continue to perfect styling and creative directing. And I do also hope to travel more really soon. And yeah, I just can't wait to see what 2023 holds and has for me.